Live from Redskins training camp.
Throughout training camp this year, we sat down with a bunch of different players on the Redskins Capital Connection podcast, but this year we tried something new. At the end of every show, we ran them through what we called the Redskins Capital Connection Lightning Round. It's 60 seconds, as many questions as we can get through, with subjects ranging from on-field football topics to slightly more off-topic subjects. We're going to show you a compilation of all the lightning rounds we had this year. We hope you enjoy it.
Redskins Lightning Round.
The Redskins Capital Connection Lightning Round starts now. Settle it once and for all. Which one is Beavis and which one is Butthead?
Butthead. I'm Beavis.
Alright, I've heard you guys play video games together. Who usually wins?
I do.
Alright. Will, have you met Mason's mum yet? And if so, is she still a Dallas Cowboys fan?
I have not. I've not met Mason's mother yet.
She's not a Cowboys fan anymore.
Alright, good. If you two could pick any word to be used for a defensive audible the way you use Toledo, what word would you pick?
Wolves.
Wolves, alright. Whose lockers are next to yours at Redskins Park?
Mason and Brandon Scherf.
Do you think Brandon Scherf would move lockers if he got the choice?
No, not at all.
He loves it.
Would you guys rather get a sack fumble or an interception?
Interception.
Mason, what's Will's best feature?
Steve.
Will, what's Mason's best feature?
Them ears.
What's better, Star Wars, Harry Potter, or the Marvel movies?
Oh, Star Wars, yeah.
Alright, if we asked inside linebackers Coach Kirko which one of you two gives him the most trouble in meetings, who would you say?
Will. I say me, yeah.
Alright, last question. Mason, I know Will has dabbled in painting. Has he ever offered to paint you something?
No.
Oh man, you gotta get on that. Sewer Cravens, are you ready for the lightning round?
Yes.
Alright, let's start the clock. The Redskins lightning round starts now. When we sat down with Dookie and Archer and ran him through the lightning round, he said he had the best Snapchat game on the team. Is he right, or are you gunning for him?
He's wrong.
Alright. After you got drafted, you went on big walks around the DC area. What's your favourite spot so far?
Probably Lincoln Memorial.
Alright, nice. We saw your teammates boo your rookie skit, but what would you rate your performance out of 10?
I wouldn't know because I didn't get to start.
Was Kanye West's music better before or after he married Kim Kardashian?
Before.
Yeah, I agree. Coming up, you played linebacker, running back, wide receiver, etc. What's the most fun way to score a touchdown?
Pick six.
Yeah. I know you're a Seinfeld fan. What's your favorite episode?
Probably when Kramer turned into a turkey. Or turned himself into a human turkey.
All right. You were born in California, played for USC. What's the biggest difference you felt since moving to the East Coast?
The weather.
Yeah. Have you ever played a game in snow before?
Yes.
Okay. As we spoke about, you're paired up with Martrell Spate, so which joint name do you prefer? Surel or Crate?
Crate.
Alright. Sewer Cravens, that's the Redskins Capital Connection Lightning Round. You handled yourself very well. Redskins Capital Connection Lightning Round with Morgan Moses. Here we go. Who has the better beard? Niles Paul, D'Angelo Hall, or you?
Definitely me.
Alright. Who's the biggest celebrity you've ever met?
Biggest celebrity? I have no idea. Pass.
Alright. Which Redskins defender talks the most trash to you during scrimmages?
Not to me, but I would have to say either D Hall or Chris Baker.
Alright. Are you the best athlete in your family?
Yes.
Alright. Honestly, do you prefer outside runs to the left or to your side on the right?
To my side on the right.
Alright, good man. Has Kirk Cousins offered you a ride in the conversion van yet?
No, not yet.
Oh man. Which player has the dumbest nickname and what is it?
Taz.
Alright. Have you played Pokemon Go?
No, I haven't, but it's hilarious seeing grown men play.
Who was the first player who reached out to you when you joined the team?
I want to say D Hall.
Alright, 90s rap war. Team East Coast or West Coast?
West Coast.
Is it true you and your college roommate UVA running back Kevin Parks were nicknamed Shrek and Donkey?
Yes.
Alright. You and Ryan Kerrigan go head to head 10 times in a row. How many times do you beat him?
9.
That's time. That is 60 seconds. Morgan Moses, thank you for coming on the show, man.
Take the majority of that, man.
The Redskins Capital Connection Lightning Round.
Redskins Lightning Round.
Oh yeah. This is new for this year. What we're going to do is 60 seconds, as many questions as we can get through. We're looking for, short one-word answers, whatever comes to mind first. If you can't think of anything quickly, just say pass. We'll work through the list.
Cool.
You ready to start?
I'm ready.
Let me start the clock here. 60 seconds. Starts.
The game begins in 3, 2.
Now. Who was the first player who reached out to you once you joined this team?
Kirk Cousins.
Who was your best friend on the team?
Pass.
Was Kanye West better pre or post Kim Kardashian?
Coast.
Furthest place from home you've ever been?
Uganda, Africa.
Which teammate has the worst taste in music?
Joe Carriage.
What's better, football in hot weather like this or in really cold weather with snow?
Cold with snow.
Alright, what's the usual meal you eat before a game?
Chicken, pasta.
Is Donald Trump's hair real?
Not sure.
Who was your favourite player growing up?
Tom Brady, Peyton Manning.
Who's your favourite player now?
Zach Sudfeld, my brother, tight end for the Jets.
Have you ever accidentally called Jay Gruden John?
I have not.
Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad?
Neither.
What do you hate less, throwing a pick six or having a sack fumble return for a touchdown?
Throwing a pick six.
Which coach do you least want to be yelled at by?
Coach Gruden.
And last question, what's the worst injury you've ever had?
Left shoulder.
Alrighty, start the clock. Alright, 60 seconds starts now. Which of you three is most likely to fall asleep during a special teams meeting? Hopkins. Question for Nick, who would be the better snapper, Tress or Dustin? Alright, who would kick a soccer ball the furthest between Tress and Dustin?
Dustin.
Alright, question for the... what do each of you enjoy more, watching Game of Thrones or watching The Bachelorette?
Game of Thrones.
Bachelorette.
Oh, no.
Nice.
I've heard Game of Thrones are good though.
It is. Which of you three would be most likely to get into a fight on the field and get tossed?
Nick. Whoa.
Alright.
Tress and Dustin, do you think Nick secretly pays the little fan club that follows him around at practices with the signs?
Yes.
Alright. Who of you three has the worst taste in music?
Nick.
Oh, Nick's not getting love.
This is the best one yet. This is the best like.
Which of you three would make the best president of the United States?
Me.
Tress. Oh. Dustin says Dustin, Tress says Tress. Rank yourselves from 1, 2, 3. Who has the better golf game?
Tress.
Who's second?
Tress Nick up.
Tress Nick up. Alright. Last question. Whether it be on a field goal or punt, if you guys scored a touchdown on a trick play, have you got a celebration routine practiced?
Yes.
No.
Ooh.
Not all three of us together, but I think.
Alright. David Bruton Jr., are you ready for the Redskins lightning round?
I believe so.
Alright, let's start the clock. The Redskins lightning round begins now. You went to the White House for the Super Bowl winners ceremony this summer, and you had the primo spot behind the president for the press conference. So my first question is, what does Barack Obama smell like?
Smells like a man of power.
Excellent. I know you are well read. Are you possibly the smartest player on this team?
I went to Notre Dame.
Yeah, alright. Who has the craziest fans, Notre Dame or the Washington Redskins?
Washington Redskins.
Alright. You and I both have a degree in political science, so let me ask, is this the worst presidential campaign America has seen?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that. What's more fun from that strong safety spot, getting a clean interception or laying the wood on a ball carrier and forcing a fumble?
Laying the wood.
Oh, I like it. In the same vein as celebrity couples like Brangelina and Bennifer, what do you prefer for you and D Hall? Devangelo or Brew Hall?
The Vandal.
Alright. I've heard you've done some substitute teaching in the past. You're 6'2" and a hard hitter. Did kids ever mess with you?
Yeah, second grade.
Wow. Alright. We've seen Perry Fuel bust out a few elaborate celebrations with Breland after picks. Have you got anything worked out with him along the same lines?
No.
Alright. Last question. Have you gotten a sense of the intense hatred that exists between teams in the NFC East yet?
Yes.
Chris Thompson, are you ready for the Redskins Capital Connection lightning round?
Yes.
Alright, the clock starts now. Who has the crazier fans, the Washington Redskins or Florida State?
Florida State.
When he was here, did Alf ever give you a ride in the Mazda Bentley?
No.
You never got in the Bentley, oh man.
No.
Which Redskins player spends the most time in front of the mirror before a game?
Oh man.
We'll pass.
Pass.
What's the last movie you saw in theaters and what do you rate it out of 10?
The last movie I've seen was pass.
Alright.
I can't remember.
On a trick play, which of you Redskins running backs could throw the longest pass?
Keith Marshall.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
I know you like video games. Have you played Pokemon Go?
No, I haven't.
When you play Madden, do you constantly call running plays and screen passes to yourself?
Sometimes, yeah.
At 5'8", are bigger guys on the team jealous of the legroom you have on team flights?
All the time.
Alright, and last question, what's the furthest place on earth you've been from home?
California.
California, never been out of the States?
Never been.
Dude, alright. London this year.
Yeah.
You're going,
That'll
it's
be
happening.
exciting.
Do you have a passport yet?
Yes, I do.
Did you have to get it for this London
I
yet?
had to get it. Yeah, I got it back in April, so
How's the passport photo? Flattering?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
our
man.
guy PK still has it, so I had to get it from him and see.
Redskins Lightning Round.
Ricky Jean-Francois, are you ready for the Redskins Capital Connection lightning round?
I am ready.
Let's start the clock. The lightning round begins now. You encouraged Scott McLuhan to dab after clinching the NFC East last year. How would you rate his dab out of 10?
The 8.
It was an 8, alright. This week we've seen you bust out the Under Armour Spider-Man and Iron Man leggings, so let me ask, who's your all-time favourite superhero?
Iron Man.
Alright, which Redskins player spends the most time in front of the mirror before a game?
Barbie Compton.
Oh, of course. Which Redskins defensive lineman would have the most successful UFC career? Ziggy Hood. What are you looking forward to most about the London game?
Me running around everywhere taking pictures.
What are you looking forward to the least about the London game?
The flight.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Defensive end Matt Ioannidis was drafted this year. Do you think you could correctly spell Ioannidis on the first go?
Hell no.
Which NFL quarterback that you have never sacked would you most like to lay the wood on?
Big Ben.
That's a fair one. Do you remember who the first quarterback you sacked in the NFL was?
Campbell. First quarterback.
Yeah. Last question. I'm Australian. You went to LSU. Is Ben Simmons going to be a superstar in the NBA?
Most definitely.
Excellent. Ricky Jean-Francois, thanks for taking the time to sit down with us. Let me start the clock. Are you gentlemen ready?
You're not ready.
I'm not ready. Now I'm ready. Let's do it again. The Redskins Capital Connection lightning round, 60 seconds. Starts now. What is less fun, trying to cover Jordan Reed on a passing play or trying to tackle Matt Jones at full flight?
Cover Jordan Reed.
All right. If you two starred in a Boston buddy cop movie, who would be the comic relief and who would be the tough guy?
Obviously, Steve's tough guy.
Steve's the tough guy. Steven, who's the best inside linebacker currently in the NFL? Will, who's the best safety currently in the NFL?
Earl Thomas.
Sorry?
Earl Thomas.
Earl Thomas, all right. Apart from football, what's your favorite sport? Basketball for Steve.
Football.
All right. Who's your favorite team in basketball?
Celtics.
Cavs. Celtics, my man. When you guys play Madden, if you play Madden, on defense, do you take control of yourself and ball hawk?
Absolutely.
Good. To each of you, who's your best friend on the team?
First of everybody. I knew D-Hall the longest, so D-Hall.
D-Hall. All right. So when was the last time Joe Barry yelled at each of you?
Never.
Yesterday for Steven, never for Will. Will, when you signed here, who was the first Redskins player to reach out to you?
No one.
All right, last question. Do you guys get nervous around Dan Snyder?
No way.
No, it's two
We have a
guys
secret
shaking
handshake.
Question. Are you ready, Dookie and Nacho?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start the clock. Here we go. The Redskins Capital Connection lightning round.
Redskins Lightning Round.
Not including yourself, who is the best dressed Redskin player?
Oh, David Bruton.
All right, trying to get you in trouble, who is the worst dressed coach?
Oh, man. Oh, man.
We'll pass. Has Breland offered you one of his bulldog puppies?
No.
Which teammate do you think would make the best president of the United States?
Teddy Golson.
Oh, no. Which wide receiver do you talk the most trash to during practices?
Probably Niles Paul.
All right. Is it acceptable that so many of the Redskins players and staff are addicted to the Bachelorette?
Yes, it is acceptable.
All right. Have you practiced a celebration handshake with Coach Phil?
I have not.
All right. What's the worst attempt at pronouncing Ian Nacho you've ever heard from a fan?
Either Nacho.
What was the last book you read?
Art of War.
All right. Which safety did you idolize most growing up?
Brian Dawkins.
Who is the better Snapchat game, you or Sue or Cravens?
Oh, Duke is smooth.
All right. Last question. Have you asked Kirk Cousins to stop playing Nickelback in the locker room
I
yet?
have not.
Are you going to?
No.
All right. Let me start this clock. Greg Kohler and Deshaun Schultz, are you guys ready for the Redskins Capital Connection lightning round?
Yeah.
All right. The clock starts now. In that DB's meeting room, which one of you two makes Coach Fuel laugh the most?
Oh, heck no.
Greg. Deshaun, with today being the last full day of training camp practice, how would you sum up Richmond in one word? Different. Yeah. All right. That was a word. Last night, you guys got an exclusive early screening of Deepwater Horizon. So let me ask, what do you think is harder, being a football player or working on an oil rig?
Working on an oil rig.
All right. Where'd you spend your off season?
Dallas, Texas.
DC. When was the last time Joe Barry yelled at each of you?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
All right. Today we heard Kirk Cousins say he'd like the Redskins to be the San Antonio Spurs of the NFL, boring but successful. Which NBA team would you like the Redskins to be like in 2016?
I'm a Lakers guy.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, all right.
The champs, yeah.
What scenario is tougher to cover? Deshaun Jackson on a fly route or Jordan Reed across the middle?
Both of them.
All right. We've seen Jay Gruden's son Jack out here at camp every day. Is it like looking at a mini-me version of Coach?
Yeah.
All right. So the first question I have to you, Chris, is: are you ready for the Redskins lightning round?
Yes.
All right. Let's start the clock. The Redskins Capital Connection lightning round with Chris Baker starts now. If you had to pick one player as the MVP for the entirety of training camp, who would you pick?
Stuart Cravens.
Stuart Cravens, all right. You're considered the funniest guy on the team, but which one of your teammates makes you laugh the most?
Anthony.
All right, Lanier?
Lanier.
Yeah, all right.
Black College.
Yeah, we asked Ricky Jean-Francois this question, and his answer was heavens no. Could you spell Ionitis correctly on the first go?
No.
Which Redskins offensive line player swears at you the most during practice?
Corey.
All right, what's bigger, Peyton Manning's forehead or Stephen Pyre's biceps?
Peyton Manning's forehead.
All right, Michael Phelps reportedly eats 10,000 calories a day at the peak of his training. Do you think you could beat him in an eating competition?
Yes.
Now that Terrence Knighton is on the team, who's your best friend in the locker room?
I'm gonna go with Ant.
As we discussed, you and your wife had your first child this offseason and named her Aria. Be honest with me, did you name her after the Australian version of the Grammys, which is the Australian Recording Industry Awards?
No.
All right, speaking of Aria, have you given any thought as to how you're going to intimidate the first boy she ever brings home?
Yes.
All right, last question. What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever asked you to autograph?
Probably a baby's onesie.
A baby's onesie? I was worried you were going to say the actual baby there for a second. Chris Baker, that is the Redskins Capital Connection lightning round.